It's Temple Tuesday. I'm Joey, and I'm here at the Community of Christ Temple in Independence, Missouri. And today is the day many of you have been waiting for. It's that moment on the worshiper's path, just after the well of living water, that once again we intentionally turn to see what God is up to. And we make our way up into the temple sanctuary. This is that moment where on our journey that's been an inward journey to this point, we come to the center where our focus is on this encounter and the worship that will happen in this space. I think one of the first things that you notice when you come into this sanctuary is that it's such an intimate space. Now, don't get me wrong, it's huge, with seating for up to around 1,400 people, thanks to this bench seating that you see here. But it's also a small space, cozy, intimate. As you look right and left around this room, you feel like you can see everyone in the room, and you feel extremely connected to one another. At the last World Conference, it was the 25th anniversary of the building of this temple. And I came in here and I sat way up there at the very top, at the very back. I even had to sit in the aisle because it was so filled with people. And yet, I felt just as close to the people on the front row as I did to the person sitting next to me. The next thing that you notice in this room are these two huge pylons with a gorgeous organ right in between it. That organ has 5,685 pipes. And yet, everything in this room pulls us upward. It pulls our vision into the sky. And so our heads turn up. And it's really at this moment when we've lifted our vision that we realize we have arrived, that we have come to the center of our journey. The spiral in this room is captivating, stretching upward some 195 feet into the sky. Its design beautifully imitates some of the objects that we find in nature. For example, the nautilus shell that this temple's design was actually based on, but also found in different symbols throughout different human cultures in history. The spiral is meant to remind us of the importance of our relationship with God in our discipleship as we journey through life. A journey that often leads us inward towards encounter, a space where we may find guidance and inspiration, where something may be revealed to us, even a space of discernment. That journey then turns us outward, and it leads us out into the world in mission, out into the world renewed with fresh vision, filled for the journey ahead. This space offers so much, and yet, interestingly enough, it's actually quite a simple space. We don't see any images on the walls, and the only decoration is what we might put on the stage here for a special worship service. In many ways, this frees our worship experience from distraction, but also from the monotonous repetition we can find. It's like a blank slate with no predetermined outcomes, and this leaves us open to great creativity in our use of this space. it also opens us to the continued molding and shaping of the Spirit, individually and collectively. Here, new possibilities can be imagined, traced out, and even given all sorts of color as we are drawn into new realities. So here is your challenge today. Where are those places, those spaces of spiritual encounter and transformation? Where do you go to have that inward journey to a centering place, to a place of discernment, a place where you can be filled with that living water that then sends you back out into the world in mission? Where are your places of sanctuary? And if you want, you can type those into the comments section. You could even put a picture, if you want, of what that place is for you. And we will see you next week.